In this video, I'm going to show you a unique scalping strategy that can help you to get minimum 2x with a very high win rate. You've probably seen many scalping videos on YouTube, but they are showing the same things, only they share some filters and some simple stuff. However, I can guarantee at the end of this video, you're going to learn many new things. So make sure to watch until the end. I have to mention Axiom recently added some new features. First, let's talk about these new features and then I can show you the strategy. Basically, whenever you click on a new token, you can see the first Twitter accounts who mention this token. For example, when it comes to this one at around $50,000 market cap, this Twitter account talked about this token. In this way, you can follow all these accounts and you can have a good Twitter list to find new alpha, which is very, very useful. Also, I highly recommend to go to the settings section, chart setting, and enable candles transaction, this option. In this way, you can go to the trade section, and whenever you click on the candle, you can see the first trades that happened on those candles. In this way, you can find the first buyers, for example, for this token. But here's the important thing to know. I've talked about this developer on my Telegram channel. As you can see, he has 83% win rate. He only launched one token that didn't migrate, this one. And even this one was quite profitable. If you entered after the developer, you were able to get a minimum, 3x profit because it went all the way to $60,000 market cap. I've talked about this developer many times on my Telegram channel. Even recently, I told you to track this developer. This was the time that he launched his new token, and his new token right now is sitting at around almost $3 million market cap. I've talked about it in here on my Telegram channel. So you were able to get a good profit in here as well. But make sure to join my Telegram channel to not miss any of these opportunities. First, let's talk about the volume check because this is very important. We all are using bundler check. Axiom offers this, Padra offers this. Almost all trading platforms right now has a bundler check. This is not something new. But when it comes to volume check, unfortunately, none of these platforms offer this. There are so many tokens that their volume is fake, and we don't know that. They are using some bots to buy and sell constantly. In this way, they can have a high volume. When it comes to Axiom, it actually shows you global fees paid. This is a very useful feature. However, it doesn't show you the volume. For example, when it comes to this meme coin, as you can see, it's at around $3 million. The global fees paid is 73. If I go to the pulse section and click on some of these tokens, for example, let's say this one, as you can see, the global fees paid is less than one sol. But the market cap it has at around $15 million. Obviously, this is a rug pull. This is the easiest way to find these rug pulls. Find out when the token launched, find the market cap and see some similar tokens, some solid tokens, and see their global fees paid. For example, for a token with $1 million market cap, it should at least has 20 sol global fees paid. So we know these are bots. When it comes to this one, this is actually a solid token. You can see it's at around $300,000 market cap at around 60 sol, which is very decent. This is a very high volume token. So this is very useful. However, if the volume is fake, the global fees paid will also be high. And this is so hard to find out the token is rug pull or not. However, there is a new tool that recently developed a new feature called volume checker, and now you can find out the percentage of fake volume for a token. I've talked about ATM in another video before, and I saw so many people were very satisfied using this tool. So I decided to talk about the newest strategy using ATM. First, let's talk about the volume check. Let's actually copy one of the tokens in here. For example, let's say this one. This is a very high volume token. Let's say actually the volume is real or fake. And I have to go to my Telegram. In here on the main bot, atm.day, just write volume check in here and paste the contract. It could take up to 40 seconds to give me the result. I have to mention this is a premium tool. You can find the link in the video description. You can start with monthly subscription. However, if you want to buy the lifetime access to this tool, which definitely worth it, I've put another link for the lifetime. And using that link, you can get up to 80% discount, which is absolutely crazy. However, I have only few spots. They only gave few spots to each KOL, so I can't give more than that. When it comes to this token, as you can see, the fake volume is 0%, which is a very good sign. But for some meme coins, this could be 30 to 40%, which is a red flag. You should be very careful. But let's actually talk about the scalping strategy. ATM offers many great features and they give many great signals. They actually became quite famous because of their OG algorithm. I think I was the first KOL who talked about ATM, and right now you can see many big names joined the ATM community, like FOMO, many big KOLs, and you can actually by buying their subscription, you can join their private community, which is very cool. However, when it comes to OG algorithms, uh, basically they give something around 72 signals per day, and the win rate for these signals are quite high. I'm going to show you. If I go to the stats section, you can see over 1,000 tokens gave minimum 2 to 3x profit. That's why the recommendation in their documentation is to set your trailing take profit at 100% and your stop loss at 50% when it comes to OG algorithms, because most of the tokens give you minimum 2x profit. Let's actually check this, because we shouldn't trust all this data. They could fake it. So let me open my ATM. This is ATM Day OG algo. They have many different algorithms. We're looking at OG. This was the last signal. Let's copy this. Go to ATM Pro. Paste it in here. You can find the link to Axiom in the video description. Let's click on this. As you can see, this token reached to around $500,000 market cap. They called this at 160 an hour ago. Let's check this one, Lumen. They called this at around $1 million market cap. Let's paste it in here. Right now it's at around $1.5 million. Nice profit, 50% until now. Let's check previous signal. This one, they called this at 150. Let's paste it in here. And this went all the way to $700,000 market cap. And look at here. I've talked about KitKat. They called this at around $900,000 market cap. KitKat had a nice pump. It went all the way to even $8 million market cap. So I've just showed you the latest trades, latest signals by ATM. They were all long-term projects. They were not some quick flips. And you were able to scalp them for minimum 2x with a very, very high win rate. That's why I really love ATM, especially the OG algorithms. And how they are actually finding these kind of tokens. Basically, they are tracking so many smart wallets. When it comes to each signal, you can see even some of the wallets they are tracking. For example, when it comes to this token, this was the wallet that bought this, that lead to this signal. You can even record these wallets for yourself. Some of these wallets have a very low win rate, but since they are using some strong strategies, some strong algorithms. You can see even for this wallet with 25%, they use their purchase as a signal. And besides tracking smart wallets, which you can see them in here, they use some algorithms to find out the pump expectations for each token, and the higher percentage is better. For example, this token just launched recently. It has 94% pump expectations, probably based on the volume, and they realize this volume is probably real. And you can see the number of smart wallets they are tracking that they bought this token. However, this is not a signal yet. This is more like a trending section. This could turn into a signal. For now, it's not finalized as a signal. We buy these tokens when they become a signal. I really love OG algorithm. However, if you want to have more trades, you can use Pump.fun algorithm. In Pump.fun algorithm, you can get signals at around $20,000 to $30,000 market cap. When it comes to OG algorithms, most of the tokens that they usually introduce has above $100,000 market cap. But when it comes to Pump.fun algorithm, you can see which wallet bought this token. The market cap is usually low, but the win rate is also low. So the win rate when it comes to this strategy to Pump.fun algo is at around 40%, and the profit you can expect is actually lower. If I go to the static section in here for the Pump.fun algorithm, as you can see, most of the tokens gave less than 25% profit. So you should expect 20 to 25% for each token. However, since the market cap for each token is lower, you can expect even 10x, 20x profit more often than OG. And also you get more signals. But personally, I prefer to buy these tokens and scalp them for 20% profit. That's the strategy you can use. If you want even more trades, and if streaming is quite hot on Pump.fun, you can use stream scalping. They have another channel. They use some strong algorithms to find some of the hottest tokens when it comes to streamers on Pump.fun. I usually don't buy stream tokens, but using this tool you can find them out. The win rate for this one is lower than Pump.fun. You should use this for almost scalping, something around 30% win rate. It's not my favorite strategy. I only use this tool when streaming is quite hot on Pump.fun. And another feature that they recently added, which I'm crazy about, is actually the for meme algo. This is for Binance Smart Chain. As you may know, Binance Smart Chain is becoming quite hot. Even Axiom added BNB chain. And if you don't know how to trade this kind of meme coins, you can use the for meme algorithm. They developed this last week. Right now, the win rate is at around 40%, which is decent. And the signals you get are at around $30,000 to $40,000 market cap. However, as I told you, my favorite one is still OG. This is the algorithm that ATM became famous for it. If you don't want to pay for a premium tool like ATM, that's totally fine. You can use some other tools like volume checker, a Pump.fun volume alert. This is a free tool, and basically it shows you some tokens based on the volume. But you should be very careful because a lot of these tokens have a fake volume. For example, let's check this one, Birds. They call this at around $38,000 market cap. This token, let me back to Solana. This token actually went all the way to $50,000 market cap. A decent trade. They call this at around here after this big candle. This was still a decent trade. You will able to get 20%, but all the time check the volume. Go to the trade section and check the transactions. You can see some wallets, they are constantly buying and selling tokens. Those volumes are usually fake. However, some developers recently are using some advanced tools. It's quite tough to find the volume is fake or not. And that's why using ATM is more useful, because they do all of these for you. You can also check global fees paid. If this number is pretty low, that's a red flag. You should be very careful. And if it is too high for a meme coin with low market cap, that's also a red flag, because it shows they constantly bought and sold, and this means the volume is fake. I really hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Cheers.